Your power could be out for a week, and the outage map shows your neighborhood is about to turn red. In the next 25 minutes, I will reveal which 12-hour window puts you in maximum danger, which grocery stores will stay open during the emergency, and the one mistake that sends people to the hospital during winter storms. But first, you need to see this temperature graph because it changes everything. 28 degrees dropping to 9 degrees in 6 hours. That is not a normal cold front. That is a flash freeze that turns wet roads into ice skating rinks and bursts water pipes inside your walls. This happens Sunday morning, and if you are not prepared by Saturday night, you are already too late. At the 2-minute 40-second mark, I will show you the exact counties where this flash freeze hits hardest. Right now, here is what you absolutely must know. 72 million people are about to experience a storm that meteorologists are calling a once-in-10-year event for many locations. But once in 10 years does not mean the same thing everywhere. For Charlotte, this could be the heaviest snow since 2014. For the Outer Banks, this could rival the blizzard of 1996. For Raleigh, this might be the biggest February snow in recorded history. The National Weather Service does not issue winter storm warnings lightly. They reserve those for dangerous, high-impact events. And right now, winter storm warnings blanket an area larger than the entire state of California. Every single county in North Carolina, every county in South Carolina except the immediate coast, 12 counties in Georgia, 23 counties in Virginia, 15 counties in Tennessee. Do the math. That is over 300 counties under winter storm warnings simultaneously. Let me ask you something. Have you ever seen lightning during a snowstorm? Most people never will in their entire lives. Tomorrow, thousands of you watching this video right now will witness it. Thunder snow, and when you hear that thunder boom during heavy snow, you need to understand what it means. It means the atmosphere above you is so unstable, so violent, that snowfall rates are about to go absolutely insane. 3 inches per hour, 4 inches per hour. I have seen thunder snow dump 5 inches in 60 minutes. You go outside to check the accumulation, come back inside 15 minutes later, and there is another inch on your car. That is what thunder snow does. And the models are screaming that thunder snow is likely across a 200-mile-wide corridor from Columbia, South Carolina to Virginia Beach, Virginia tomorrow afternoon. Comment below right now. Tell me your city and state, because I'm about to go through 70-plus cities with street-level detail on timing. But I need to know you are here. I need to know you are getting this information. Drop your location in the comments and I will know this forecast is reaching the people who need it most. Here is something the National Weather Services are not emphasizing enough. This is a two-part disaster. Part 1 is the snow Saturday. Part 2 is the Arctic blast Sunday and Monday. And honestly, Part 2 might be more dangerous than Part 1, because even if you only get 4 inches of snow, when wind chills hit 20 below zero Monday morning, you are in a life-threatening situation if your power goes out. Let me paint you a picture. It is 11 p.m. Sunday night. You are sitting in your living room. The snow stopped hours ago. You shoveled the driveway. Everything seems fine. Then you hear a crack outside. A tree branch coated in ice and snow snaps under the weight. It falls on a power line. Your lights go out. Your heat goes off. The temperature in your house is 68 degrees. Within 1 hour, it drops to 60 degrees. Within 2 hours, 55 degrees. By morning, your house is 40 degrees inside. Your pipes freeze, your pipes burst, water floods your basement, and now you have no heat, no power, and a flooding emergency in 9-degree weather. This exact scenario will play out in hundreds of homes across the region Sunday night into Monday. I am not trying to scare you. I am trying to prepare you. Because at the 8-minute mark of this video, I will give you the step-by-step action plan to prevent this nightmare. But first, you need to understand the meteorology behind this monster. 2 weather systems are colliding. A southern stream low-pressure system full of Gulf of Mexico moisture is moving northeast. At the exact same time, a northern stream trough loaded with Arctic air is diving south. They meet off the Carolina coast Saturday morning. When they phase together, we get what meteorologists call bombogenesis, a bomb cyclone. The central pressure of this storm will drop 24 millibars in 24 hours. That is the literal definition of a bomb cyclone. And when pressure drops that fast, winds accelerate. We are not just talking about a snowstorm. We are talking about a blizzard for coastal areas. Sustained winds 35 to 45 miles per hour. Gusts to 65 miles per hour. Zero visibility and blowing snow. If you live on the Outer Banks, in Virginia Beach, in Norfolk, in Elizabeth City, you need to understand what blizzard means. It does not mean a lot of snow. Blizzard is a specific weather term. It means sustained winds or frequent gusts above 35 miles per hour with falling or blowing snow, reducing visibility to 1/4 mile or less for at least 3 hours. You literally cannot see your hand in front of your face. People die in blizzards. They get disoriented walking from their house to their car. They get lost in their own driveway. They wander into ditches. They suffer frostbite and hypothermia in minutes. If blizzard warnings are issued for your county tomorrow, you do not go outside. Period. You stay inside. You wait it out. Now let me hit you with the timing for every major city and region. This is the information that matters. Knowing it will snow is useless. Knowing exactly when it starts, when it peaks, and when it ends is everything. We start in Georgia. Atlanta, your window is tight. Snow begins Friday night, 11:30 p.m. Light snow continues overnight. Saturday morning, 7 a.m. to 11 a.m., snow becomes moderate to heavy. This is your peak. Snowfall rates could hit 1 inch per hour, especially north of the city in Marietta, Roswell, and Alpharetta. By Saturday afternoon, 2 p.m., snow tapers to light. By 6 p.m., it is over. Total accumulation. Northern suburbs, 4 to 8 inches. The city itself, 3 to 6 inches. Southern suburbs, 2 to 4 inches. Athens, Georgia. You are in a better position than Atlanta. Snow starts midnight Friday, steadily picks up through the overnight hours. Saturday morning, 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. is your heavy snow window. Rates could exceed 1 inch per hour for several hours. Snow lingers light into Saturday evening, finally ending around 8 p.m. Total, 5 to 10 inches, with the higher amounts northeast of town toward the South Carolina border. Now we move to South Carolina. Greenville, this is your storm. Snow begins 1:30 a.m. Saturday morning. By sunrise Saturday at 7:15 a.m., you already have 2 to 3 inches on the ground. Then the intensity ramps up. 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. Saturday, extremely heavy snow. Rates of 2 inches per hour are possible if the Frontal band sets up over the city. Thundersnow is likely during this window. Snow continues moderate to heavy through Saturday afternoon, finally tapering to light snow by 6 p.m. Ends completely by 9 p.m. Saturday. Total accumulation, 7 to 14 inches, with isolated amounts to 16 inches if you get locked under the heavy band for the full 5-hour window. Spartanburg, you are right next to Greenville. Nearly identical forecast. Snow begins 1:30 a.m. Saturday. Peak intensity 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. Saturday. Thundersnow possible. Ends by 9 p.m. Total, 8 to 13 inches. Columbia, South Carolina. You are in a prime target zone. Snow arrives 2:15 a.m. Saturday morning. Gradual increase in intensity through the pre-dawn hours. By 9 a.m. Saturday, heavy snow is falling. Peak window 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. Saturday. This is when the Frontal band is most likely to affect your area. Snowfall rates of 2 to 3 inches per hour. Thundersnow very likely. Even after the peak, snow remains moderate through late afternoon before tapering to light snow Saturday evening. Ends by 10 p.m. Total, 6 to 12 inches. But if that band stalls over the city, you could wake up Sunday to 15 inches. Rock Hill, South Carolina. You are sandwiched between Charlotte and Columbia. Snow begins 2:45 a.m. Saturday. Heavy snow develops by 9 a.m. Peak intensity 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Saturday. This is one of the highest probability zones for foot-plus snowfall. The models consistently hit this area hard. Ends late Saturday night around 11 p.m. Total, 9 to 15 inches. Florence, South Carolina. You are farther east, so you wait a bit longer. Snow begins 4 a.m. Saturday morning. Picks up to moderate by mid-morning. Heavy snow window is 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. Saturday. Coastal proximity means wind becomes a bigger factor here. Gusts to 40 miles per hour Saturday afternoon create blowing snow. Ends around 10 p.m. Saturday. Total, 5 to 9 inches. Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. You are on the southern edge. This is borderline for you. Light snow begins 5 a.m. Saturday. Never gets particularly heavy. Moderate snow at best Saturday afternoon. Ends by 8 p.m. Total, 2 to 5 inches. You might luck out with less, but the wind will be ferocious. Gusts to 50 miles per hour Saturday night. Coastal flooding is a bigger concern for you than snow totals. Charleston, South Carolina. Same story as Myrtle Beach. Light to moderate snow Saturday, but nothing major. Total, 1 to 4 inches. Your bigger issues are wind and coastal flooding. Gusts to 55 miles per hour. Storm surge 1 to 3 feet. Avoid coastal areas Saturday afternoon and evening. Now we move to North Carolina. Charlotte, this is the big one. This is potentially your biggest snow since the crippling ice and snowstorm of February 2014 that shut the city down for a week. Snow begins 3 a.m. Saturday morning. By 6 a.m., you have an inch or two. Then things go crazy. 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. Saturday is your danger window. Heavy to extremely heavy snow. Rates of 2 to 3 inches per hour if the band locks in. Thundersnow is very likely between 9 a.m. and 1 p.m. The city could be paralyzed by noon Saturday with 8 to 10 inches already on the ground and snow still dumping. Light to moderate snow continues Saturday evening, finally ending around 2 a.m. Sunday morning. Total 9 to 17 inches. The range is wide because it all depends on that mesoscale band. If it parks over Charlotte, you get 17 inches. If it sets up over Columbia or Raleigh instead, you get 9 to 11 inches. Either way, this is a crippling snowstorm for the city. Concord, Kannapolis, Salisbury. You are in Charlotte's immediate orbit. Same forecast. 3 a.m. start. Peak 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. End around 2 a.m. Sunday. Total 8 to 16 inches. Hickory, North Carolina. You are in the foothills. Snow begins 2:30 a.m. Saturday. Steady moderate to heavy snow Saturday morning and early afternoon. Peak 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. Ends Saturday evening around 9 p.m. Total 7 to 12 inches. Asheville, North Carolina. Mountain City. Snow starts 2 a.m. Saturday morning. Moderate to heavy through Saturday. The mountains create some enhancement. Peak intensity 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. Ends Saturday evening. Total 6 to 11 inches in the city. 8 to 15 inches at higher elevations above 3,000 feet. Boone, North Carolina. High country. Snow begins 1:30 a.m. Saturday. Heavy at times all day Saturday. Peak late morning to mid-afternoon. Ends Saturday evening. Total 10 to 18 inches. The highest peaks of the Blue Ridge could see 20 inches. Greensboro, North Carolina. Triad area. Snow starts 4 a.m. Saturday morning. Picks up to heavy by 10 a.m. Peak window 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Saturday. Thundersnow possible early afternoon. Ends late Saturday night around midnight. Total 7 to 13 inches. Winston-Salem. High Point, Burlington. Same as Greensboro. 4 a.m. start, 10 to 4 peak, midnight end. Total 7 to 12 inches. Raleigh, North Carolina. Capital City. This could be historic. Snow begins 5 a.m. Saturday morning. Light at first. Then at 11 a.m. Saturday, the Frontogenesis band arrives. 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. is your window of absolute chaos. Snowfall rates of 2 to 4 inches per hour. Frequent lightning and thunder. Winds gusting 40 miles per hour, creating whiteout conditions even though it is the middle of the day. You will not be able to see across the street. Roads will be impassable within 1 hour of the heavy snow starting. Emergency vehicles will not be able to respond. You need to be home and prepared before 11 a.m. Saturday. Snow continues moderate Saturday evening, finally ending around 3 a.m. Sunday morning. Total 8 to 18 inches. If that band stalls for the full 6-hour window, Raleigh wakes up Sunday to 20 inches. Durham, Chapel Hill, Cary. You are part of the triangle. Identical forecast to Raleigh. 5 a.m. start, insane conditions 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. 3 a.m. Sunday end. Total 8 to 17 inches. Fayetteville, North Carolina. Fort Bragg area. Snow begins 6 a.m. Saturday. Heavy snow window noon to 6 p.m. Saturday. Thundersnow likely. Ends around 2 a.m. Sunday. Total 7 to 13 inches. Wilmington, North Carolina. Coastal city. This is where things get dangerous in a different way. Snow begins 7 a.m. Saturday. Rapidly intensifies by 1 p.m. Peak intensity 1 p.m. to 9 p.m. Saturday. But the snow is only part of the story. Winds gust 55 to 65 miles per hour. Blizzard conditions Saturday evening and night. You will have zero visibility. Power outages are almost guaranteed. Ends Sunday morning around 8 a.m. Total 7 to 15 inches. But with the wind, drifts will be 3 to 5 feet in spots. Outer Banks, North Carolina. Kitty Hawk, Nag's Head, Hatteras. This is a full-blown blizzard. Snow begins 9 a.m. Saturday. Intensifies rapidly by noon. Peak intensity noon Saturday to 6 a.m. Sunday morning. 18 straight hours of heavy snow and ferocious winds. Sustained winds 40 to 50 miles per hour. Gusts to 70 miles per hour. Thundersnow frequent Saturday afternoon and evening. This is as close to a nor'easter as the Outer Banks gets. Snow finally tapers Sunday afternoon around 2 p.m. Total 12 to 24 inches with drifts to 8 feet. Highway 12 will be completely impassable. If you are on the Outer Banks right now, you need to leave today. Once this storm starts Saturday morning, you are trapped until at least Monday. Greenville, North Carolina. Not to be confused with Greenville, South Carolina. Snow starts 6:30 a.m. Saturday. Heavy snow 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. Strong winds Saturday evening. Ends around 1 a.m. Sunday. Total 9 to 15 inches. Rocky Mount, Wilson, Goldsboro. Snow begins 6 a.m. Saturday. Peak noon to 5 p.m. Ends around midnight Saturday. Total 8 to 14 inches. New Bern, North Carolina. Coastal Neuse River area. Snow starts 7 a.m. Saturday. Peak 2 p.m. to 10 p.m. Saturday. Strong winds Saturday night. Ends Sunday morning. Total 9 to 16 inches. Elizabeth City, North Carolina. You are in the danger zone. Snow begins 8 a.m. Saturday. Rapidly becomes heavy by noon. Peak noon Saturday to 3 a.m. Sunday. Blizzard conditions Saturday night with gusts to 60 miles per hour. This is a life-threatening situation Saturday night. Do not be outside. Ends Sunday late morning. Total 11 to 19 inches. Now Virginia cities. Virginia Beach, this is your blizzard. Snow begins 9 a.m. Saturday. Heavy by early afternoon. Peak 2 p.m. Saturday to 6 a.m. Sunday. Sustained winds 45 miles per hour. Gusts to 65 miles per hour. Whiteout conditions Saturday night. Thunder and lightning in the heavy snow Saturday evening. Coastal flooding with storm surge 2 to 4 feet. Ends Sunday afternoon around 1 p.m. Total 10 to 18 inches with massive drifts. Norfolk, Chesapeake, Hampton. Same as Virginia Beach. 9 a.m. start, blizzard Saturday night, 1 p.m. Sunday end. Total 9 to 17 inches. Naval Station Norfolk should secure all operations by noon Saturday. Richmond, Virginia. Snow arrives 5:30 a.m. Saturday. Peak late morning to early afternoon. Ends late Saturday night around 11 p.m. Total 6 to 11 inches. Roanoke, Virginia. Snow begins 2:30 a.m. Saturday. Steady, moderate to heavy Saturday. Peak 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. Ends Saturday evening. Total 7 to 12 inches. Charlottesville, Virginia. 3 a.m. Saturday start. Peak mid-morning to early afternoon. Ends Saturday evening. Total 6 to 10 inches. Lynchburg, Virginia. 3 a.m. start. Peak 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Ends Saturday night. Total 7 to 11 inches. Now Tennessee. Knoxville. This has trended better for you over the past 24 hours. Snow begins midnight Friday. Steady snow Saturday. Peak late morning to early afternoon. Ends Saturday evening. Total 6 to 10 inches in the city. 12 to 16 inches in the Smokies. Gatlinburg, Pigeon Forge, Sevierville. Mountain locations. Snow starts 11 p.m. Friday. Heavy Saturday morning and afternoon. Ends Saturday evening. Total 9 to 16 inches. Tri-Cities. Bristol, Kingsport, Johnson City. Snow begins 11:30 p.m. Friday. Peak Saturday morning and early afternoon. Ends Saturday evening. Total 7 to 13 inches. Chattanooga, Tennessee. Western Fringe. Light snow 1 a.m. to 5 p.m. Saturday. Total 2 to 5 inches. Now here is what nobody is talking about. Sunday morning, the wind does not stop. The snow has stopped falling, but the wind keeps blowing. And this is light, fluffy snow. 30-mile-per-hour winds will pick up snow that fell Saturday and move it around like it is falling all over again. Your driveway that you spent 2 hours shoveling Saturday night will have 2 feet of snow blown back into it by Sunday afternoon. And the cold. Oh my goodness, the cold. Sunday morning low temperatures. Atlanta, 14 degrees. Greenville, South Carolina, 11 degrees. Columbia, 10 degrees. Charlotte, 8 degrees. Raleigh, 9 degrees. Wilmington, 12 degrees. Virginia Beach, 15 degrees. Richmond, 7 degrees. Knoxville, 11 degrees. But those are just the air temperatures. The wind chill is what will kill you. Sunday morning wind chills. Atlanta, 0 degrees. Greenville, South Carolina, 5 below zero. Columbia, 8 below zero. Charlotte, 12 below zero. Raleigh, 10 below zero. Wilmington, 2 below zero. Virginia Beach, 5 above zero. Richmond, 15 below zero. Knoxville, 5 below zero. Monday morning is even worse. Actual air temperatures drop into the single digits across the entire region. Wind chills. Monday morning. Charlotte, 18 below zero. Raleigh, 15 below zero. Columbia, 12 below zero. Greenville, 10 below zero. These are dangerous, life-threatening wind chills. Exposed skin gets frostbite in under 10 minutes. Here is your action plan. Do this today. Do not wait until tomorrow. Charge every electronic device you own. Your phone, your tablet, your laptop, your power banks. Charge everything to 100%. Fill your bathtub with water. If your power goes out and your well pump stops working, you need water to flush toilets. Fill empty milk jugs and store them. Water for drinking if your pipes freeze. Get your prescriptions filled today. If you take daily medication, make sure you have at least a week's supply. Go to the grocery store right now. Not tomorrow morning. Right now. You need non-perishable food that does not require cooking. Bread, peanut butter, crackers, granola bars. Canned soup you can eat cold if necessary. Bottled water. At least 1 gallon per person per day for 3 days. Batteries. Buy D batteries for flashlights. Buy AA batteries for radios. Get a battery-powered or hand-crank radio. If the power goes out, your phone will die eventually. You need a way to get weather updates and emergency information. Buy candles and matches. But never leave candles unattended. House fires during power outages kill people every winter. If you have a generator, test it today. Make sure it runs. Make sure you have fuel. But never, never, never run a generator indoors or in your garage even with the door open. Carbon monoxide kills. Run generators outside at least 20 feet from your house. If you do not have a generator, identify which room in your house you will seal off to stay warm if the power goes out. Pick a small room, preferably one with no exterior walls. Close all the doors. Hang blankets over windows. Body heat alone can keep a small sealed room above freezing, even when the rest of the house drops to 30 degrees. Bring your pets inside. I do not care if your dog usually sleeps outside. I do not care if your cat is an outdoor cat. Bring them inside. No animal should be outside in wind chills 20 below zero. Clear your gutters today. Make sure they are not clogged. Ice dams form when snow melts, runs into clogged gutters, and refreezes. Ice dams lead to roof leaks and interior water damage. Know where your water shutoff valve is. If your pipes freeze and burst, you need to shut off water immediately or your house will flood. Disconnect garden hoses from outdoor faucets. Drain them. Let faucets drip overnight Saturday. Running water does not freeze as easily as standing water. Open cabinet doors under sinks to allow warm air to circulate around pipes. If you lose power, unplug electronics and appliances. When power comes back on, surges can fry your devices. Leave one lamp on so you know when power is restored. Never use your oven or stove to heat your house. Never burn charcoal indoors. Both produce carbon monoxide. Here is the truth about power outages. Power companies prioritize hospitals, police stations, fire stations, and water treatment plants. Residential neighborhoods are last on the list. If you lose power Saturday night, you might not get it back until Tuesday or Wednesday. Some rural areas might wait until Thursday or Friday. That is 5 to 7 days without power in the coldest weather of the winter. Now let me tell you about the traffic nightmare. Saturday morning, everyone will wake up and look outside and see snow falling. And some people will panic. They will try to drive to the grocery store. They will try to get to their parents' house. They will try to leave town. Do not be one of these people. Stay home. Roads will become impassable within 1 hour of heavy snow starting. Snowplows cannot keep up with 2-inch-per-hour snowfall rates, and many southern cities do not have enough snowplows anyway. Charlotte has 24 snowplows for a city of 850,000 people. Raleigh has 32 snowplows. That is not enough. Not even close. Accidents will close highways. Interstate 77 will shut down. Interstate 85 will shut down. Interstate 40 will shut down. Interstate 95 will shut down. People will get stranded. Emergency responders will not be able to reach them. Every winter, people die sitting in their cars on the highway waiting for help that cannot get to them. Do not drive Saturday. And here is the plot twist. Next week, another storm. It is too early for details, but the pattern is locked. The polar vortex stays displaced over North America for at least the next 10 to 14 days. That means more storms. And the next one, late next week, could bring ice instead of snow. Freezing rain, sleet, ice accumulation on power lines that are already weakened from this weekend's snow and wind. We could be looking at catastrophic, widespread, long-duration power outages. I will have a full forecast on that system early next week. But you need to understand, this is not just one storm. This is a pattern change. This is a prolonged period of dangerous winter weather. The snow that falls Saturday will still be on the ground 2 weeks from now. It is not melting anytime soon. Comment below with your city right now. Tell me where you are watching from. Are you prepared? Do you have a generator? Do you have food and water? Let me know in the comments and share this video. Your neighbors need this information. Your family needs this information. The more people who are prepared, the fewer emergencies we will have. And here is your final warning. If you are on the Outer Banks right now, leave today. If you are in a rural area prone to power outages, prepare for a week without electricity. If you have health issues that require power, find a place to stay that has a backup generator. If you are elderly or live alone, make arrangements with family or neighbors to check on you. This is the real deal. This is not hype. This is not clickbait. This is a dangerous, high-impact, potentially historic winter storm followed by life-threatening cold. Take it seriously. Prepare today. Stay safe. And I will see you tomorrow with live updates as the storm unfolds.